Hey guys, welcome to Chivalry Medieval Warfare. I am TotalRedemption from the Envexia network, here to talk to you a little bit about the game and show off some gameplay just to try and whet your appetite. Without further ado, let's just find a server and jump in. As some of you may or may not be aware, Chivalry Medieval Warfare is not a new game. It's been out since around October last year, and before that was originally derived from a Half-Life 2 mod with a very similar name, Age of Chivalry. They've both got the same developers, but due to massive popularity and demand, they decided to create a full-fledged retail game. Okay, so let's just jump into the game a little here. As you can see, it works like the average FPS, in the sense that you've got a ranged archer type, you've got a very agile but lightly armoured man-at-arms type, then you can go all the way over to the heavily armoured but stupidly powerful but slow knight, and then you've got the vanguard. He is midly armoured, has a lot of poke with his spears and halberds, and he's very good engager with his charge attack. So here's your weapon select screen, which allows you to choose from a variety of weapons as your loadout for your next spawn. When you first load up the game, you won't have the options I do. You'll only have the first weapon in each row unlocked. The prerequisite to get the second lot of items in the line is to get 25 kills with the preceding weapon, and then 75 kills for the third and final weapon. Now, the advantages of these different weapons can range between very high damage but really slow speed and but a mid reach, or you can get another weapon which has very low damage but stupid speed and a very high reach. They all have their tactical advantages and benefits. The same can be applied for the secondaries, and the specials, obviously do different things. This is universal throughout all the classes, so don't expect much change as you switch. Okay, so now that I'm in the game itself, there are a few basic attacks you should be made aware of using the mouse wheel and your left click. Of course, your left click does your basic swing attack, but that's not usually enough to kill your opponent. If you scroll wheel forward, that is away from you, you will do a good poke attack, which gives you the largest range possible with your current weapon. Now, if you do the opposite with your scroll wheel, it gives you an overhand attack, which doesn't have much of a range but gives you maximum damage possible. And of course, your left click is your mid-ranged basic swing, but regardless of how you do it, you're going to cleave your way through your enemies and lop off some heads. So there's a variety of game modes available to you on Chivalry, one of which is Last Team Standing, of which I'm playing now. It comprises of 2 teams, each person having 1 life each. The first team to kill the other wins, pretty much. Then there's Team Deathmatch, which I'm sure you're all familiar with, as well as a free-for-all and Team Objective. Team Objective is quite similar regardless of how you play it. It can either comprise of having a bunch of corpses you need to send to the castle gates, which you storm and kill the king, or you free some slaves, storm the castle, and then kill the king. At the end of the day, in objective games, you do end up killing a king. So it's all good fun. There is a lot of information I'll be unable to cover in this particular video, but one feature of note is the ability to feint in mid-swing by using your Q key, which can often disorientate and confuse your enemies and give you the upper hand on a one-on-one duel, which can allow you to lop off their head in the process. So before I end the video, I'd just like it noted that there are multiple ways you can attempt to play Chivalry, one of which being tactical, the other one being rather reckless in the sense that you charge the enemy with your sword and hack and slash as much as you can, of which I'm going to show you an example of now, and probably die brutally. As all my previous attempts of trying to get a video playing recklessly lasting more than 5 seconds was unsuccessful, I decided to choose the Archer class and try and play a little bit more tactically, so let's hope I do live a tiny bit longer this time. So like I said earlier in the video, the way you unlock different weapons in the game is universal to every class, in the sense that you have to get so many kills with the starter weapon before having the second one in the queue available to you. This does not necessarily mean that the weapon is better than the previous one, it just means it has different statistics. For example, I am currently using the warbow, which has a much higher damage rate but slower draw time. The second bow in the queue is a very agile bow which allows you to fire off multiple shots, but with a damage penalty. Okay guys, so this is going to be the end of the video. I'm sorry there wasn't much gameplay in this video. I just wanted to highlight the details and the finer points of Chivalry Medieval Warfare. It is a third-party game, it's not a AAA title, so all the support it can gain will be for the better. I promise there will be more gameplay in the future, more shenanigans, and more hilarious gameplay for you all to enjoy. Total Redemption, out.